Hey, good morning, everyone. Thursday, the 27th of August, 2020, 57 degrees. Fall is definitely in the air. I can feel it. And that means winter's coming. That's going to suck. Big time. Name of the video, if you feel froggy, leap. You know how many times I've seen that back in the day, back in the Navy, back even in San Diego. Started a lot of bar fights with that line. Not just me, of course. Usually it was preceded by, hey, mother effer, if you feel froggy, leap. Stupid Marines. Too few of them, always thought they could take on the fleet sailors. Wasn't gonna happen, jarheads. We're not gonna talk about bar fights. Froggy, a subscriber to this channel, pointed out that Brian from High Impact Flicks blogs did not disappear. Apparently YouTube hammered one of his channels. He voluntarily took down another. And now he's going under the name of HighimpactTV. About 4 or 5 videos you need to catch up on, people. I will type the descriptions in the, I'll type the addresses in the description box, but I want to save the link for last because it is most excellent from Death Angel. So, and it was my mistake. I should have also pointed out Brian maintains a full-time hard website called HighimpactFlix.com. That too will be in the description box. You need to guys search that out, and you need to sub and sign up for his newsletter in case this happens again. Boy, this is going to be a tough video. I'm going to really have to rely on my show notes here. 150-mile-an-hour winds are hitting the Gulf Coast. The western states are on fire, from California up to Washington. No R in Washington, you people. And Kenosha is going third world. You know, you gotta love these optimists. I run across them all the time, and I mean, really, they're good people. And their newest mantra, their newest saying is, you know what, it's gonna be a bunch of shit until the elections, and then once Trump wins the election, it'll all go away. We'll go back to normal. You just ain't getting it. You people are not getting it. Trump is not a solution. He's part of the problem. He's in the billionaire club, people. And when did you ever get this notion? Whoever told you the President of the United States is the most powerful president or powerful office on the face of the earth? It's pure bullshit. He's a puppet. People pull his strings. Come on, think about it. His son-in-law was a business partner with George Soros. Birds of a feather flock together. So do pigs and swine. Master these simple little sayings. But I'll tell you what. I'll sit there and listen to this, and I'll go, well, what if Biden wins? Oh, Jesus, if Biden wins, we're going to hell in a handbasket. No, you're not. You know, it wouldn't have made a bit of difference if Hillary would have won in 2016. I know some of you guys are sitting there with your mouth hanging open. Not a bit. Hillary's not going to call the shots. And how soon do you guys forget? When was it? Back in March, when President Donald Trump notified the public that all 50 states, first time in history, have been declared a national disaster. A national emergency exists. You remember what happened when that happened, people? When he made that declaration? He just told you that multi-presidents over 20-some years of executive orders have just been empowered. FEMA is your new government. Yeah, the president just stepped down. Sure, he sits there and takes photo ops. Yeah, he gets up there and gives cool speeches. He ain't calling no shots. By his own executive orders and those of his predecessors, FEMA now runs the USSA. Argue with me all you want. Like I said, it would not have mattered if Hillary won or not. The last known president I can even think of that had half a chance of setting this thing right, who knew the enemy. He knew the enemy wasn't the federal court building in Portland. He knew the enemy wasn't the District of Criminals. He knew the enemy was the Federal Reserve System. And he went after the wrong people. And how did that end up for him? And not so good. Shots rung out in Dallas. Get the message, people. You toe the line, the Communist Party line, or you go down. You hate history. You don't want to learn it, but you're doomed to repeat it. The Democrats and the Republicans are two wings on the same bird. Prove me wrong. Argue it. Let me hear it. See, you know, that's the problem with these optimists. They're long on hope, but they're woefully short on facts. The American symbol of the eagle? It's not an eagle. It's a phoenix. Yep, up from the ashes rises the phoenix. Remember, I've told you this. the bird, the same bird that the Republicans and Democrats are each a wing of, is the phoenix bird. Masons founded this nation in 1776, 1775. The New Atlantis. You ever hear about that? Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. Are you sure that's not Apollo Saturn, a male god? Unbelievable. Lady Liberty shaking her fist. It's a dude. And you know what makes it easy for me on the wall is this was all recorded and documented and prophesized to happen in a book written over 2,000 years ago. Yeah, the number one selling, all-time selling book, least read book in the world. You know the one I'm talking about. I don't even need the book of Revelations to make my point. We will get around to this in the Strong Delusion when I come and bring it to a head, bring it to a conclusion. But I told you yesterday, on August 26th, you ain't going to like it. Now, just a quick side note. I don't think Revelation should be in that book. I think it's a spurious book. I think it was added by the Murrays. But I do think there were 3 other books that should be in there. Jasher, Jubilees, Enoch. But they weren't, even though they're mentioned in the Bible. Now, who made that call? Who has that authority to make that decision? What we get to read and what we don't get to read. Another thing that's particularly frustrating, and remember people, I'm saving the best for last, so hang with me, is I'm concerned about the real Americans and their talk shows. I'm not talking about Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh. Those guys are part of the problem. They are the loyal opposition. They are a fake facade front. Oh, we're the good guys. Let me point out to you the bad guys. The bad Democrat, communist, Marxist. Oh, I'm talking about guys like Mike Rivero from What Really Happened. I'm talking about the good people at True News who did that brilliant documentary on sacrificing liberty. Yeah, they're falling for it. The Democrats are a bunch of communists. They're a bunch of Marxists. Well, they are. No argument. But so are the Republicans. And how come you don't point out the real enemy? How come you don't point out it's the Federal Reserve? Kennedy knew it. I know it. Nobody's burning their buildings. No U.S. Marshals defending the 12-member banks or the Federal Reserve System headquarters down in District of Criminals. You don't see it because it's scripted. BLM, Antifa, the white conservative movements, scripted people. Like I said, George Soros, business partner, former business partner with the president's son-in-law, Jared. Democratic governors are allowing their states to be destroyed. Democratic mayors are allowing their cities to be destroyed. What are the Republicans doing to stop it? Well, the Republicans are anti-abortion. Yeah, how many lives did that save yesterday? 0, not 1, none. You can't see it, huh? Just can't see it. People, we've been a communist country. We are a communist country. We were founded on the tenets of communism. It's Masonry, it's Judaism, it's all the isms rolled into one. We've never traveled 10,000 miles to stop and halt communism. We export it. It's probably our number one export. Capitalism is communism. Like I said, all isms are communism. John D. Rockefeller, founder of Standard Oil. What's his famous quote? You don't even have to Google it, I'll tell you. Competition is a sin. He doesn't want any competition. Shit. He doesn't want to level the playing field. He was a robber baron, and he's going to rob from you. And like I keep asking the question, where's all them cool toys the military has? They could end these riots overnight. Where are them active denial systems? They're going to use them on you. No argument there. They're not going to use them on their own paid actors and actresses. So I don't want to waste a lot of time with this, and I mentioned it before. Communist Manifesto, written in 1835, wasn't anything new, nothing new under the sun, just a summary of the 10 planks, 10 steps you would need to take to communize a nation. Read them. I won't, if I have to, leave a note in the comment section. I will go through all 10, and I will ask you which one of them are not the law of the land currently in the USA. Then I'll ask you the killer question. How long have all 10 of these been the current law in the USA? Before I was born in 1955, people. I'll give you that for a clue. All right. Running a little long here, 9 minutes, 45 seconds. Finally, Death Angel. Have you gone to his channel yet? I mean, do I agree with everything this guy puts out and says? No. But my old saying, Well, it wasn't really mine. You're not going to learn anything from somebody who totally agrees with you. Check it out. He has got an excellent one on there. 19-minute video. I don't have any show notes on this one. I'm going to have to wing it. I watched it. It's kind of a Twilight Zone production, kind of futuristic prophecy. Where in the video, we're just listening to the voice of a time traveler that came back from, I think it was December of 2022, and gave you the 7 warnings of where we are today. And the message at the end is startling. You remove a lot of the technology in this message, or referrals to modern tech. I'm going to tell you what you got, people. You've got the communist revolution, the Bolshevik revolution of 1917. Do you know how that went down? Armed thugs, armed gangs from the Comintern, the Communist Party taken over, would ride into farms. Why farms? Because that's where the food was. Russia couldn't build a truck until, what, 1976? Ford had to put a plant over there. Everything that went in, nothing would come out. Come on, give me a break. They've been a boogeyman enemy of ours for how long? They have the same monetary system that we have, Hitler had. Yeah, universal control, credit in the hands of the banksters. I mean, you know, there it is, another boogeyman, another invisible boogeyman. Oh, get under your desk, drop and roll. They're going to drop a nuke on your ass. Ridiculous. Anyway, in 1917, armed gangs would ride up on their horse, rifle slung. They'd come and they'd confiscate your food, farmers, because your guys only had it. They didn't have it in the cities. They would hijack your food. But those dirty bastards, you know what they'd do? They'd come back a week or two later, and they'd search your farm. And if they found you had a hidden food stash, a cachet of food, they'd shoot you. So you know what you were supposed to do? You were supposed to lay out there in your farm, no food, and starve to death. Take a look at the pictures of the Bolshevik Revolution. Can't happen in America? History doesn't repeat itself? How much money you want to put on that one? Okay, you gotta watch it. You got 19 minutes. I'm sure you got 19 minutes. I strongly suggest you watch that video, people. It is very prophetic. And you know, it sounds a lot like I've been saying for 250 videos. We're going to get to the strong delusion. Some of you guys are getting dangerously close. Some of you guys are going to figure it out before I blurt it out. But universally, I'm going to say it. You ain't going to like it. Alright, I don't know what the weather's going to be like today. Sure as hell glad I'm not in the West Coast or in the Gulf Coast. But I think we got a bad winter coming. You guys enjoy the weather while we can get it. Hey, I got stuff to do.